let's talk about techniques, the nitty-gritty of manifesting, the how-to, your ticket to manifesting the life you want. Or is it? Because if you've been stuck doing all the techniques but not seeing results, this video is going to shift everything for you. We're breaking down why techniques might be holding you back, what manifesting is really about, and the one shift that changes everything. And the one technique that I misunderstood for a long time, but it's a more favorable thing than anything else I ever tried before, which I'll explain later. Hi, I'm Marta and welcome to my channel. This is the fourth video of the series Manifesting, but Make It Make Sense, where we debunk the common manifesting misconceptions. And in the last video, we talked about what's the real essence of manifesting and what it's really about in its core. So check out the playlist to see other videos from this series. There is a problem with over-reliance on techniques. Look, techniques are cool. They can be helpful in changing our assumptions. But when they become a crutch, when you feel like if you don't do them, you won't manifest anything, that's when they become a trap. Because think about it. Why do we do techniques in the first place? Usually because we feel like we need to change something. Changing our assumptions maybe. But you don't need to change yourself. You just need to become aware of who you're being in each moment. And this happens on moment-to-moment basis in the eternal now moment. The only moment we can ever experience. And if you're still checking for results, still feeling like you need to do the techniques to make something happen, you're not actually in the state of having. You're still in the state of wanting and waiting. And the state of wanting only manifests more wanting and waiting. So if it's not about techniques, then what is it about? It's about awareness, presence, your state of being. Manifesting isn't about forcing things into existence. It's about becoming aware of the reality where it's already yours, because we only see in the 3D what we are aware of, right? And the funny thing, when you're truly in that awareness, you're not even thinking about when it will show up because it already feels done. Because you decided so or visualized it so many times that you know exactly how it feels to be in the desirable state of already having it. It's like watching a movie you've already seen. You know the ending. You don't stress about every little plot twist because you know how it plays out. And if you would like to find out what's holding you back, I've created a free quiz that will give you a customized breakdown of your strengths, challenges, and tips to improve your manifesting based on your custom results. To take it, just comment below, I want to take the quiz, and I'll provide it to you. So now let's get back to the video. And here is why the 3D can't be your validation. This is where most people struggle. The 3D world, your current reality, is just old news. It's just a delayed reflection of what you used to believe, what you used to assume. So when the 3D doesn't instantly give you what you want, it's easy to spiral, to think maybe this isn't working. But that's like planting a seed and then digging it up every day to see if it's growing. You have to let it be and let it grow and trust that it's going to sprout. And this is where the persistence and forgiveness come in. Manifestation is a continuous practice of noticing who you are being and persisting in the direction you want to take. It's not about forcing yourself to believe something ridiculous or pretending something exists when you internally feel the opposite. You don't have to be delulu. Delusion is just believing that something external has power over you, whether that's techniques, gods, tarot, or even the 3D itself. There is nothing outside of you. There is only I am. And all you need to do is consistently notice, who am I being right now? Because that's what determines the state you're in, and your state is what shapes your assumptions, and your assumptions are what manifest. There is one technique, if you can even call it that I misunderstood for a long time. It's not affirming or scripting, it's going into your imagination. But it's not what you think. Look, I'm a student of Neville Goddard and other teachers who talk about going into your imagination, but it felt to me a little bit performative. I still learned so much from them. I just think that it was explained in a way that just feels to me like too much of a kind of rigoristic ritual that I didn't feel good about. I used to think that we had to visualize over and over to impress our subconscious mind with the image we wanted to see. And while it's true that this method can achieve that, because our imagination is this super powerful, limitless, and just wonderful, there is a nuance that I didn't realize before. I thought that I have to go to my imagination, visualize, impress the subconscious, and then eventually see it in the 3D. But while this is true, my understanding on this also expanded. I realized that by imagining, I'm actually living it in the present moment. When I truly accept that imagination is the reality, I can experience anything I want, whenever I want, not as a tool to force it into the 3D, but simply to have it now. It's not a method to see things expressed in the 3D. It's the way to be here and now. And now I see imagination as the place where I get fulfillment, where I truly experience what I desire. And because I know what it feels like, because I consistently experienced the peace, the fulfillment, the knowing, the realness, I can tune into that feeling at any moment of my day, because it is so familiar to me. By asking myself, who am I being, I can catch my mind wandering into undesired territories. The more I train my mind to stay disciplined, the easier it becomes to bring back the feeling I've made so familiar in my imagination. That's all it is. It's the way to experience what you want and make it a familiar feeling. So use it well. It's very powerful. We manifest what we are aware of, and to override assumptions and this reactivity in the 3D, we must discipline our minds, catching ourselves, recognizing who we're being, and shifting into the desired state again and again. And that's possible because we know the feeling so well. Imagination is not just the only reality. It's how we familiarize ourselves with our desired state so deeply, because we practice it so many times in our imagination, that when 3D isn't reflecting what we want, we can return to the feeling and realign. It's the continuous forgiveness by asking yourself, who am I being? And for how long should we do this? 70 times 7. Use the power of repetition and forgive not only the 3D, but your mind over and over and over. And this is not as sexy as robotic affirming for 24 hours to get the instant manifestation. But it's what brings you the lasting peace, fulfillment, and the understanding of who you really are, so you can manifest the life you love and keep it forever from a place of certainty and knowing who you are. Your ultimate self-concept. I am the awareness of being. So what's manifesting really about? Not techniques, not forcing, not waiting for the 3D to validate you. It's about awareness. It's about who you're being in each moment. It's about persisting in your knowing while continuously forgiving yourself when you slip. It's about living your life here and now instead of waiting for something to save you, because it won't anyway. This is the nature of desire. It will always be replaced with something new once it's fulfilled, because you are already perfect. There's nothing to change, just the assumptions to slightly shift. And when you embody that, the 3D has no choice but to catch up. That's the law. And in the next video in this series, we'll talk about 3 biggest beginner mistakes that I made, and I see a lot of people make that as well when they start learning to manifest. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I know that this video will be helpful for at least one person, which is exactly why I'm here. Subscribe to my weekly newsletter, Self-Love Letter, and explore free resources in the description box below. And to take my free quiz and get your customized tips on manifesting blocks based on your result, comment below, I want to take the quiz, and I'll provide it to you. These are the videos that YouTube thinks that you should watch next. And remember, you are brave, you are loved. Be kind to yourself. Bye now.